So what you got to do first of all is you got to go online and find you an RV compatible water pump. We did that. We found one that's a little bit better than the brand that we had in there. We went ahead and went with SureFlow. My cousin is a lead RV tech at a place in Texas, and he told me that was a really good brand, so that's what we decided to go with. First and foremost, what you're gonna have to do is you need to find said water pump, and ours is in the bedroom right next to our laundry chute and the bed. And it's pretty simple. Like this one in particular has like these quick connects right here, but we're gonna release those, and then basically we're gonna take this new pump and connect our connections exactly the same way that they're connected in here. I did have to go buy one little part, and that's for this because of the freshwater tank for whenever you're dry camping. It has the PEX connector, 1/2 inch, and then if you could see right there, it has a worm drive clamp. So that's the reason why I went with that. Alright, there she is. We got her pulled out. It is one of those. But we got that pulled out. I'm just going to set that in the shower so it doesn't drain all over the floor. And now we got him. It's going in its place. Got a towel down there to catch any water from those hoses. And I do have this PEX connector that I need to, you can't see it. I have this PEX connector that I need to disconnect from the quick connect that went to the other one. But let me get that disconnected, and then I got to get the worm drive one taken out and put the new one that I'm going to put in there, and I'll be back once I get that done. Alright, so the one that goes to the freshwater tank, I had to cut it because it was one of these types. So pulling it out is pretty much impossible. But I got them both out. I got the quick connect piece out from that side. So now, theoretically, it should be able to just screw back in. So let me get this piece installed for the new one, and I'll be back. Alright, it's a little bright, but the new one is in. See, it's the SureFlow. Just screwed it to the floor as it was. I put a little bit of pipe thread tape on both sides, the freshwater tank, and then this is the water pump side where the water hose, like city water, connects to. Like it comes from here to there for city water, and then that side is, this left one down here is for your water tank, your freshwater tank. So I took the positive and negative, I wired them accordingly and put a couple of wire nuts on them. I'm going to put a little bit of electrical tape around the wire nut so that they don't vibrate off during travel. But she's in. It's raining right now, so I can't put some water in the tank to show you that it's working, but I will do that as soon as possible. Okay, so I just showed you guys how to take your old water pump out and then install a new one. And the tinkerer in me really wanted to figure out what was going on, so let me tell you what my water pump was doing. My water pump, it was sounding like it was trying to pressurize over and over about every second. And like there was a swish, like water was leaking out somewhere, but whenever I opened up the panel and looked, water wasn't leaking anywhere. So it was very, very peculiar to me, because there wasn't water going anywhere, but it was definitely water was going through the pump. So this thing comes apart fairly simply, and the way that it works is, okay, you're gonna have your DC motor on this side, and you're gonna have these triangular shape with 3 membranes. So like the electric motor will spin, and basically it shakes these membranes to force water through. Oh, what the hell, I'll take it apart real quick. Okay, so this is the triangular shaped membrane that I was talking about. You see, and then you got this side, and what this is going to do is, see these little holes here, and then you have these suction cups on the other side. So as this is rotating, what it's going to do is it's going to push water through this connector side out this side to your camper. Well, like I said, it was real strange to me how the water wasn't leaking out on the floor, but a lot of water was leaking through, and this couldn't stay pressurized, so it was every second it was trying to repressurize and staying on. So it got to the point where we had to turn the water pump off and only turn it on when we wanted to use it, because we were dry camping. So like I said, the tinkerer in me wanted to figure out what was going on, and I took it apart. I don't know if you can see that, but there's these little bitty pieces of plastic, and I don't know if it came from something in the lines of the camper, or if it was something that came from the inside of the housing of the water pump. But these little pieces of plastic were stuck in a bunch of these little holes. So what they were doing was they were holding that little flap open so that it couldn't close and pressurize. Well, I took it apart and I cleaned it pretty well, and I am 99% sure that that was the culprit. So now I have a new water pump and a backup water pump.